I could tell he was on a mission. He was headed right directly toward us.
Unbelievable. What a whitetail.
That deer is one of the biggest deer I've ever seen in my life.
That's what you call a character buck, man.
Holy cow, look at this giant.
I tell you, that's a trophy right there. What a hunt.
The Bucks of Tecomate is brought to you by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. Stealth Cam, keeping you ahead of the game. The Saco A7, the choice of the Whitetail Nation. Bill Jordan's Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors. And by Tecomate Wildlife Systems, the Whitetail Land and Management Company.
In a couple of weeks, this is going to be lush. This monster mix is an awesome mix.
It's incredible. Hey, and talking about something else incredible, the show that we have today.
Yeah.
The first hunt, Blaine Burley goes up to Illinois.
He does, and he's hunting with Mally up there on Mally's very small tract of land.
Yeah, not a big piece of land.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's too small to manage for big deer, but you're going to see under the Tecomate food plot system, Mally has grown some monsters.
Yeah, I think he did. Why don't you watch and see what happens?
Tecomate's Blaine Burley and Mally Vujanic are armed with bows and long guns to hunt Mally's deer property in western Illinois.
We decided to come up a little bit early this year and do a 3-day archery hunt before the first shotgun season.
The biggest challenge with archery hunting here in Illinois, particularly the area we're in, is the rolling hills and the winds. That's because of the terrain, the way it lays. Just when you think you've done things right, staying on the downwind side, you've got to deal with the swirl.
After choosing an area with plenty of deer sign and one that's proved successful in the past, Blaine makes his way up a tree and hangs his stand. Now in position with the hard work complete, it's time to get down to business. Blaine hopes he has chosen his spot wisely and that a shooter will come into sight.
We're going to be holding off on a lot of those 135, 145 class deer. We're really targeting the 5-year-old class, 4.5 to 5.5-year-old deer or older. Blaine and I are going to be looking for those animals with the archery equipment, and if it doesn't happen, we're going to be going after them with a gun.
The bow hunting was kind of tough here. I think a lot of those big bucks had found their does that were in heat and they were in lockdown mode. The wind really kicked up. It was like gale force wind. It got almost to the point it was actually dangerous to be in the stands.
After 3 days of battling the wind and not seeing much deer activity from the high stand, it's time to change tactics and bring out the long guns.
First morning our shotgun hunt was a pretty exciting hunt. There was a lot of deer coming from all different directions. We saw a lot of does, small bucks. That afternoon we had a real nice 9-pointer came in.
Like it's a 3.5-year-old. He's got a big body, good, really good shape. He's got a 9-pointer. Man, it's tough to pass up a deer like that.
He was a borderline shooter. My personal goal was to try to take a 150 class, and he really didn't make that mark, so I elected to pass him up that afternoon. The second day of our shotgun hunt was, that's what I would describe as an emotional roller coaster. About 9 o'clock, we were sitting there, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a big buck coming on the edge of the field that we're sitting on, and man, I got pretty excited, because I knew he was a big deer. I looked at him through binoculars. He gave me a shooting opportunity. I had a clear shot at him. Unfortunately, he was not in a clear lane for my cameraman, so he didn't get a clear shot at him, so I had to pass that deer up.
Whew, man, that's a big deer.
Lo and behold, we had just been sitting there, wasn't there 5 minutes, looked up, and there come another big buck coming out across the field. Unfortunately, this deer, he stayed a little bit out of our range and never gave us an opportunity to get a shot at him. But he was, once again, he was a real nice buck. He was one of those shooter bucks we were looking for. Then 5 minutes, we'd seen two shooters there. It wasn't 20 minutes later, I looked up on top of the ridge there and I caught a glimpse of a big buck. I saw his rack coming through the woods there. He was probably about 200 yards away. And once again, my emotions got up. I was on that emotional roller coaster. I was getting pretty excited because he was headed in our direction.
He's coming right now. All right, he's coming down the hill.
He was headed in our direction. I could tell he was on a mission. He was headed right directly toward us.
Man, that's a good deer.
I got more and more excited as he got closer because I knew I was going to have an opportunity at this big deer.
He's getting closer. All right, I'm gonna take him when I get a clear shot.
I had to stand up and look down at him at the stand. He got to the point, he was 15 yards away, and I was afraid he was going to look up at us and just freak out and run. Immediately after a shot, I knew I'd hit him hard because he reared back and he took off, and I could tell he was kind of humped up. And man, I tell you what, I got excited. It was awesome. That was one of the biggest deer I'd ever seen in the wild, and able to get a good shot on him, and I knew he was down. That is a monster. Woo! What a deer. Man, look at here. Woo! Holy mackerel. That is an awesome buck. Look at him. Beauty. Oh man, look at these. He is a monster. Look at the mass on there. Jeez. Split G2s. How many points is he have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pointer. Woo! Man, what a deer. Woo! We get another sticker with 16 points. Oh my gosh, that is a hog. Tell you what, that's what the Illinois deer hunting's all about right there. Good nutrition. We got the good genetics here. Get the age on these deer. Man, I tell you what, that is a beauty. A monster deer. Oh man, Mally, he's not going to believe it.
What a deer Blaine takes.
Did you see the mass on that thing?
What is it, like 15 or 16 points?
I think Blaine said it was 176 point. You know what though? Mally and Blaine have cause to be proud because Mally grew him. Blaine got to shoot him, but Mally managed that deer into existence.
Well, and the cool thing I think is a lot of people think that the Tecomate food plot system only works in the South or South Texas. It's in Illinois, and he's growing.
It works anywhere it's applied. The concept's the same everywhere. This is why we do this, Jeff. This is payoff, man.
This is a good gig.
Everyone, watch this, watch this, watch this.
Okay,
watch this.
Okay. Is it good?
Bill Jordan! Bill Jordan! Guess who's going hungry tonight?
Shot over him, I missed him.
I didn't see the barbed wire, did you?
Where have you been, Billy boy, Billy boy?
Not to archery practice, German Billy.